guys.
Hello.
Hi Promiseland.
Hey Promiseland.
Hey kids.
Hello Promiseland.
Hello everyone at Promiseland.
Hi Promiseland.
Hi Promiseland.
Hi Promiseland kids.
Hello Promise Island kids.
Hi Promiseland.
Hey homegrown kids.
Hello Promiseland kids. Hi Promise Island.
High five, kids.
Oh, hello Promise Island.
Hi Promiseland kids.
Hey Promiseland.
Hello Promiseland.
Hello Promise Island.
Hey Promiseland kids, it's so good to see you again. I'm so glad you decided to join us again today. I've been missing you the whole week again and I'm so glad that you came back today. Last week we had a great week. If you weren't here, don't worry about it. But you might have heard your friends talking about a guy called Crazy Mike. He is going to be back. Don't worry about it. We even had some children trying to do some of the same stunts as Crazy Mike. Check this out.
Crazy Mike, we're gonna do our own crazy stunt. This is Crazy Ben, Crazy Nova, and Crazy Dad. Okay, go Ben, go. Yo, look at this. Over real water. Woohoo! Show Crazy Mike how it's done. Let's go, come on.
Yeah.
Woo! Yo, over the deep end. High five, high five, high five.
So Crazy Mike, we've got stories today, we've got worship today. I am so excited. And of course, we're still learning about confidence. And remember, confidence means living like you believe what God says is true.
So now, guys, stand up wherever you are. That means you, right where you are. Let's stand and we're going to worship.
We need someone to show the way. Each hour, minute, night and day. When we don't know the way to go, one thing we can know for sure. We're gonna follow wherever he goes. Anywhere Jesus leads us, we are not alone. We're gonna follow wherever he goes. Anywhere Jesus leads us, that's where we belong. Where we belong, that's right where we belong. So we're gonna follow on where we belong. That's right where we belong. So we're gonna follow on where we belong. We need someone to show the way. Each hour, minute, night and day. When we don't know the way to go, one thing we can know for sure. We're gonna follow wherever he goes. Anywhere Jesus leads us, we are not alone. We're gonna follow wherever he goes. Anywhere Jesus leads us, that's where we belong. Where we belong, that's right where we belong. So we're gonna follow on where we belong. That's right where we belong. So we're gonna follow on where we belong. All right, everybody, we're gonna have some fun all together. You ready? And we're marching, marching, following the leader, marching with one foot in front of the other. Keep on marching, marching, we'll follow you forever. We're marching, marching, all of us together. Follow wherever he goes. Anywhere Jesus leads us, we are not alone. We're gonna follow wherever he goes. Anywhere Jesus leads us, that's where we belong. Where we belong, that's right where we belong. So we're gonna follow on where we belong. That's right where we belong. So we're gonna follow on. We'll follow on.
Sorry.
La 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 la, yeah. Your smile's always shining out, and they know what it's all about. It's not hard for them to figure out the way you show Jesus. You know love is what they heard, and you didn't even say a word. Ain't it funny, that's the way it works. So when you know Jesus, oh, it's like flipping on a light switch when you're walking into this room. It's so undeniable. I gotta tell you that I like the way, anytime, anywhere, any place, it's written all over your face, the way you love Jesus. And it always speaks to me, a little joy with a touch of peace. It's so inspiring, the way you show Jesus. So give me that, and show me that, oh, give me that, the way you show Jesus. When I'm feeling down on my luck, when life's hard and times get tough, you're right there to pick me up. So when you bring Jesus, 'cause every now and then we all need a really good friend. You're always one of them when you show Jesus. And oh, it's like flipping on a light switch when you're walking into this room. You're so unmistakable. I gotta tell you that I like the way, anytime, anywhere, any place, it's written all over your face, the way you love Jesus. And it always speaks to me, a little joy with a touch of peace. It's so inspiring, the way you show Jesus. So give me that, and show me that, oh, give me that, the way you show Jesus. Oh, it's like flipping on a light switch when you're walking into this room. You're so unmistakable. And oh, show up any time of day. You can never get here too soon. You're so unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. Just give me that, and show me that, oh, give me that, the way you show him. I gotta tell you that I'm not gonna wait. Anytime, anywhere, any place, it's written all over your face, the way you love Jesus, the way you love, and it always speaks to me, a little joy with a touch of peace. It's so inspiring, the way you show Jesus. So give me that, and show me that, oh, give me that, the way you show Jesus. So give me that, hey, show me that, oh, give me that, the way you show Jesus.
Can you guys hear that? Something is going on. Something is going on here. Oh, crazy Mac! What is going on here?
Alright, how's it, boys and girls? This is our stunt of confidence for the week. My name is Crazy Mike, and this is head bowling.
Head bowling?
Head bowling.
Oh my word, I don't even know if we need you to explain. I think we just have to watch. Okay.
1, 2, come on, push me, boys and girls. 3, and go!
Oh my word!
Oh yeah! Was it a strike? It's a strike! Ladies and gentlemen, Crazy Mike head bowling. What a strike. What did you guys think, guys?
Good!
Was it awesome?
Yeah!
Did Crazy Mike have confidence?
Yeah!
Okay, so children, do you want to have a turn?
Yes!
Okay, let's get back and set it up.
Kids, how do you feel about doing head head bowling.
Nervous.
Are you ready?
Yeah!
Are you confident?
Yeah!
Alright, let's see if you can also get
Okay.
a strike.
And 3, and 2, and 1, go!
We're gonna have to take a look at that in slow-mo, folks. It looks like there might have been some pins left standing. Yes, but confidence nonetheless.
I had confidence because I trusted Crazy Mike.
Well, that was extreme confidence. Extreme confidence. We're going to head over to Dale and he's going to tell us a story about a guy from the Bible who God used even though he wasn't confident at all.
Good day, girls and boys. I hope you guys are having a good time during lockdown and not driving too many people crazy. I hope you're helping out whoever you're staying with, whether it's your mom or your dad or other people or your granny or your grandpa or whoever you're with. I hope you are listening to them. And speaking of listening, we are going to be doing a story. I'm going to be telling you a story of the Israelites. We've heard so many stories about them. And in this case, the Israelites called out to God and God listened to them. We're going to read from the book of Judges. We're going to read from chapters 6 to 8. And in this story, God chooses a person by the name of Gideon. And Gideon wasn't really special. He didn't have any superpowers. He didn't have any, he wasn't a great athlete. He was just a normal guy. God sent an angel to give Gideon a message. And Gideon kind of didn't have any confidence. He wasn't really that confident. And so the angel comes and the angel gives him a message and the angel says, Gideon, you are strong. Go and save Israel from the power of Midian. I am sending you. Now, the power of Midian was the Midianites. And the Midianites were the enemies of Israel. And so God had sent the angel to give Gideon this message. Gideon wasn't sure. He didn't know, was this from God or was this his own imagination? And so he brought an offering and he put it down on a rock. You know what happened? The rock took light and it burnt up the offering. And it burnt it up, and that's how Gideon knew that the sign was from God. Now I'm not going to let it burn too long, or it's going to burn all my plants. Okay, we don't want it to burn all the plants, but that's what happened. The rock came alive, or came alight, and burnt up the offering. So Gideon called out to the people, his people, the Israelites. He sent messages, and lots of people came. I want you to call out to others to come and fight. So come on, call out.
Come, Andy, come and fight. Come, Kim, come, Lauren, come, Dale.
That's it.
Come,
I hope you guys are calling others as well where you are to come and fight, because we needed an army. Gideon needed an army. Thousands came to fight. In fact, 52,000 people came to fight. Now give me a roar. Come on, I want a roar. I hope you roared at home. All right, because that's a lot of people. Now the Midianites, the enemies, had stolen so much for the Israelites. It was time to get things back. Gideon was now pretty confident. As you can imagine, he's got a big army. But God told him his army was too big. Too big? How can you have an army that's too big? God told Gideon to send anyone who was scared to go home. Fighting can be scary. So 22,000 people went back home. That left 10,000. Do you think they could still win this battle? God wanted even less people in the army. Even less? There was a small river nearby, and the people needed a drink. Those that drank water in a special way got to stay. Now, they drank water like this, and I want you to practice it as well. They would get the water in their hands, and they would lap it like a dog. Can you lap like that? Can you do that? Come on, give it a try. Come on, scoop it, pretend you're scooping up your water, and lap like a dog. Can you guess how many drank in that special wave? If you guessed 300, you're correct. 300 people stayed to fight. The rest were sent home. Now Gideon's army was much smaller than that of the Midianites. Gideon looked at the enemy camp and saw loads of people. But he was confident in God. Gideon took one person with him and snuck into the enemy camp. Come on, can you be sneaky? Can you sneak into the enemy camp? Come on, sneak into the enemy camp. And Gideon listened to what the Midianites had to say. He overheard one Midianite telling somebody else about a dream that he had. And this dream was quite strange, it was quite weird. They had a dream, or this person had a dream, about a giant loaf of bread that came through the camp, crushing everyone and the tents. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like a weird dream. But that gave Gideon even more confidence. And he snuck back to tell the others. Let's sneak back. Come on guys, let's sneak back to tell the others. Now each of Gideon's army grabbed a trumpet and a jar with a torch made a fire in it. They surrounded the enemy. And they blew their trumpets and broke their jars, and there was fire all around. Now before we go on, I want you to make up a signal. You see, that was the signal for them. I want you to make up a signal, alright, to try and scare the enemy. You might want to make a roar like we did earlier. Or you might want to make up a special whistle. Get your parents to help you to make up a signal. There we go. There's another signal. And I've also made up a signal, and it actually goes with what it says in the Bible. Now the Bible says they shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." And so I've got my sword. And if you want to shout with me, okay? A sword for the Lord and for Gideon.
A sword for the Lord and for Gideon.
As they heard this, the enemy got so scared. They fought each other because they thought it was each other that was shouting. And then they ran away. Gideon and his army won without using a single weapon. God used Gideon, and he can use you no matter what. Let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you that you can give us confidence. You can use us no matter what. And even in this lockdown, let us remember to turn to you and give you praise and glory. Pray this in your name. Amen.
I wonder if you've ever felt like Gideon. I wonder if you felt like you weren't good enough to try it for a sports team, or maybe try it for the choir. Maybe you were too afraid to stand up for a friend who was being picked on by someone. Or maybe you were too timid to pray in front of people. You can take Gideon's story to heart, because Gideon was a guy who didn't have any confidence, but God still used him because God had confidence in him. God believed that he was important, and God believes that you are important. And so you can know today that God can use you too. He wants to use you maybe in your school, maybe with your family or friends. Maybe he wants to use you to tell someone else about everything that Jesus has done for them. You can remember today that God can use you no matter what. God can use you no matter what. So you can be confident and know that God is with you wherever you go, and you can know that you can trust God no matter what. I've got one last thing before we go today. Hey kids, I have got something so exciting to tell you about. Obviously, with lockdown and having been at home for the last lots and lots of days, you all know about the coronavirus. And sometimes you can feel a little bit helpless. You know that there's people out there who are struggling to eat and don't have enough money for food, and some people who are sick. And I don't know about you, I'm sure you're like me, we want to be able to help them. Now, sometimes as kids we feel like we can't help, maybe because we're too small, or maybe because we don't have jobs and so we don't earn money, and our parents don't give us very much pocket money. And especially during these last few weeks, we've been stuck at home. Well, I have got a way for you to be able to help people who have been impacted by the coronavirus. And it is called the Corona Kids Challenge. So there's a little guy called Lincoln who started this challenge, and his parents, because he's only 18 months old. Anyway, the way this challenge works is you will set up an obstacle course or like a track in your garden around your house, and it needs to be relevant to your age, suitable for your age. So you should be able to do the track 10 times, and it should be tough but possible. Then you would tell people about this challenge that you're taking on and ask people to sponsor you to do these laps, maximum of 10, and to do this challenge in your very own home. And people would sponsor you per lap, and all the money that we raise will be donated to the Home Ground Corona Fund, which is there to help people who don't have enough money for food, to help people who are sick or who have lost their jobs. And so this is an amazing way to help. So remember I said that one little guy started this. So he challenged all his friends, and 6 other kids took up the challenge. And between the 7 of them, they managed to raise, listen to this, 11,452 rand 30 cents. 11,452 rand and 30 cents. And that's from just 7 kids. Can you believe it? Imagine how much the whole bunch of us at Promiseland and Promise Island could raise to help people with the coronavirus. Imagine! And so come on kids, we want to challenge you with the Corona Kids Challenge. So far the oldest child to take part has been 6 years old. And so I want to see some fancy tracks. Get your parents to contact me if they've got questions, and let's get out there kids and show those adults just how much kids can help.